Alright, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another MLB Innings 25 video. We are back with showcase number 5, I think. Yeah, number 5, number 5. So, the one thing I'll say about today's showcase is the teams are the strongest we've seen yet. Therefore, there's not really much we can say in terms of reviewing, you know, because they're that good. So that's like the only thing about today is while this one is more of a showcase than a team review like the other ones have been, where I go over give some advice. This one is almost more like a showcase. I'm practically just showing off these teams, showing what teams can be after time and investment. But starting off, we are going to feature the most featured team on this channel that isn't one of my own. We're featuring Big Toes and his Mets team, his main, and obviously his best, PR 313 if I'm not mistaken. Super solid team, of course. Like I said, it's a Mets, pretty much 130 overall. If his bench was like meant for overall, it could be higher naturally, but with Crisis and the meta, that's not the case. So we're looking at a 7 Sig lineup, 1 Legend, and 1 Supreme, alongside a Legend, or not a Legend, what? A Sig on the bench alongside Alonso Prime. But leading off, we have Lindor 22, 5-tool train, if I'm not mistaken, yep. Pioneer, BIU 5-tool, 332, good set. I will say that I've also noticed that 5-tool BIU isn't the best combo. I've noticed that on my Trey Turner on my Dodgers. The only difference is Lindor has a more tailored hitting legend skill, whereas Turner has Born to Be a Star, which is nearly as tailored for hitting and hitting stats. So yeah, that's the only thing I would say is the difference. So I know this set does pretty well. Lindor is obviously a really good base shortstop, 72. I'm trying to do the math in my head here. 82. So it's like a 98 train or something? Whoa, wait, that seems high. Hold up. Yeah, maybe 98. I don't know. 15 is 86. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not good at math. Anyways, the Diamond Trainer power hitter, really good one. Super high percentage on the third one there, so that's always really nice, easy, and it's double shortstop position, which is really good. But obviously, really good card. I think that's tied for his best here. Conforto 20, second. Looks like another 5-tool train. Yep, Chance 5-tool charisma. I can't really remember off the top of my head where Chance goes. I thought it was 1, 2, 8, 9 if I'm not mistaken. So I think 2 is fine. Or maybe it was 1, 3. I'm not sure. Obviously, it's a really good card, super good train, and then line drive machine. So another really good one. Not the craziest percentages, but it's going to do really well either way. Cliff Floyd, I already know this is hard hitter. Yep, hard hitter 333, charisma BIU. So pretty much exactly what you want in terms of hard hitter. You want charisma. BIU is a decent third. Prediction, if your eye is high enough, is another good one. For hard hitter, I don't know. Anyways, I know charisma is really good. 5-tool is good if you can hit it as well, but charisma is like the main one you want to get with hard hitter. Really good set. 83 base power, and then we have a power hitter again. So I feel like that would tailor really well with it. The other one I've heard that tailors really well with hard hitter is hitting expert, which I don't personally have on my Machado, but definitely worth testing. Eventually, if I do get one, Babel hitter 5-tool spot on Olerud at first base. Super good. I'm pretty sure he used to have BI, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe not. Pretty solid train. Super high eye. I'm wondering. Yeah, the eye's really high there. So I'm wondering if changing the trainers around to go to more contact power might do you justice. I'm not really too sure, but I don't know. It feels like the eye is pretty high. I'm not sure how it levels out in game, but from the looks of it, it's just pretty high. It's 20 and then 23 above. And then home run hitter, low percentages, but I think the swing and miss percentage is pretty low as well, so that works out nicely. Dom Smith out of game, 67 base outfielder, first baseman. I don't know what this is. Pioneer BAU Slugger Instinct. So Slugger Instinct buff is nice. Just barely gets in there with the 20. I like the train getting speed up, and then having wow, those trainers are nuts. 25 trainers, and then you got power hitter again. Lucky guy. Looks really good though. I think it's hard to replace it. I know Granderson. Yeah, batters inside strength and strength, and then 5 tool. This is what I pulled from months ago. I mean, maybe one day getting him in over Dom Smith because he is just a better card. I don't know. It's tough, just stats-wise, but Dom Smith is still a decent card, and it's a 3/3, so it's hard to replace that. Wade Boggs, Born to Be a Star, Charisma, 5-tool. Definitely solid. I know Mets have terrible third base options. If they could get David Wright in the game, that would be good, obviously. But the train looks pretty good. Born to Be a Star helps out the fielding, and then good train for 5-tool. I'm gonna assume this is just a 90 train, and then another power hitter, and then McNeil. This is one of his biggest chase cards for a while was this card, Babble hitter, charisma, and 5-tool, super good. Contact's definitely high. Like 14 is definitely. I know like maybe like position option. Might be what you're going for here, but the contact seems excessively high. I don't think it has to be necessarily that high, just because it also takes spec train over I. I think I've been saying I this whole time, or maybe I've been saying high. I don't even know. So I think maybe getting I up and getting contact down would maybe do a little better in terms of like balancing it out. Otherwise, I feel like it'd be a little unbalanced. But that's just me. And then Piazza at DH, batters inside, charisma, slugger instinct. Obviously, you can't short batters insight. Pretty much a no-no. You can't do that. Shorting slugger is good. Just hits the slugger instinct bonus anyways. Getting away from field is good. Chain looks good. Pretty balanced out. And then leading hitter, that's nice. What was McNeil's leading hitter as well? And then finally Pudge, chance maker, spot, laser beam, 36-2. Fielding is nice. The +5 BSAT, super good. And then elite fielding, perfect. That's wow. These options are crazy, bro. If this was a catcher main option, bro, these percentages are nuts. 7-4, 3-4. That's crazy. 10.8 from an elite fielding is nuts. Next up, we have his pitching. Pretty much complete, I think, in the pen. I'm not sure. I know he was rolling on them. I'm not sure how those ended up. But starting off, we have Grom, tied for the best SIG starting pitcher in the game, not including Supremes, of course. Super good train, 20 to the right exactly. That's nice. 32 to the left, solid. Trainers look pretty good. Dom, yeah, Control Master, Dom, Boss. Looks good to me. Nasty pitch, solid. I've been hearing a little thing about like Boss slightly making a comeback. I'm not sure. In terms of that, I personally think this is fine. Having one main nerf, Finn or Boss, you don't have to get off of it. So that looks fine to me. Slow starter, Mess, Finn on Pedro. Super good train, 7 stamina through 30 with a legend is solid. I'm going to assume these are, yeah, so that's a +6, and that's a +6. Because Supremes get double, so that's really good there. Looks really good overall. For sure, this guy, whenever guys get on base, like, just, they don't come in, which is crazy, because Mess, it actually does wonders. For me, at least. Syndergaard out of game, slow starter, ace, ground baller, slow starter shorted, of course. And then his ace, so that's nice. Ground baller, I don't know what his threshold is. I'm pretty sure it's easily over 500. But yeah, so I'm sure that does well. I know this took a little bit to get back in. Had some mishaps with accidentally getting off of a set and stuff like that. Fireballer Finn Mess, that's a perfect set. The only way it could be more perfect is if Fireballer was 6, so that's nitpicking a lot. Train is 38 left, is crazy. 5 stamina. Fastball's a little short, but you can do that with trainers, of course. And then nasty pitch on him is nice. Finally, Team Legend Seaver, Control Master Dom Mess, another really good, pretty much perfect what you really want. Control Master is pretty much the chase skill on Legends, just because it's easier to get Legend skills out of them. And then we have Nasty Pitch again, corner work, and then what's Pedro got? Sorry, overwhelming pressure. Yeah. So you seem to have a common theme: a lot of power hitter and a lot of nasty pitches so far, which is kind of funny. Not really a lot of diverse. That's not the right word, but either way, that's what I'm using. Next, we got Tug McGraw. Always thought he was Tim McGraw. Co-op Dom, pitching coordinator. I have no clue how many pitches he has, but if it's not 4, it's not necessarily ideal. Good train again. Yeah, it hits over 250. I don't feel like doing math, but I can tell it does. Because you really want 250 usually. Bat breaker, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. Pitching coordinator. I think he just got off that to get off of Ace. I think, or maybe it was ground baller. I'm not sure. He was telling me about this the other day. Edwin Diaz, nice train. Yeah, nice train. Fireballer, crossfire, and then boss. I have no clue how well crossfire does, but it seems pretty good. It definitely seems usable. And then on a reliever, I think is where it's ideal. Yeah, I think crossfire is ideal in the pen. Obviously, it's usable in both ways. 53. I feel like if you should base that to the 3 to stamina, like take it from break maybe. You don't really need that much break over fastball. You don't have Dom or Finn or anything like that. So I think you can do that, take away from 3 from break, and it'll be fine, and get that extra little bonus. I think even though it's a low percentage, I think it's worth it. It won't really do too much to you, I feel like. Maybe that's just me though. But next we have Lugo, who I pulled for him. Control Master, Iron Will, ground baller. Super good. Taking away from break is crazy, but if you don't have a legend based stat, it's understandable, because it's like when you get it, you get it. You can't really complain. But yeah, I think getting off of that eventually would be nice, just because his break is already pretty low. Getting away from stamina, since you don't need it from the diamond trainer, but the train's really nice. 37 to the left, pretty good right, 15, and then another bat breaker. Next we have Billy Wagner. Recent pull for him, slow starter, put away pitch. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not fully finished with the pen. Definitely working on some higher sets, if I'm not mistaken, but not the worst. Middle reliever is where he should be. Deception specialist, that's a crazy percentage. So if you ever get touch on somebody, that'll be really nice. The percentages are pretty nice from the looks of it. And then looper, co-op Dom touch. Speaking of touch, deception specialist, 64-71. Yeah, I feel like you should swap those maybe, just because the other one has higher percentages and looper would hit them. I feel like having that would be a little better on the looper, make him a little better. Obviously, co-op, not really what you're looking for, especially at the 3-3-1. Maybe that's just me switching them. Base stat adjust seems kind of useless, because you need 68 and 71. So if you undo it, he'll be at 68 break, which is what you need, and you need at least 71, which should be at 72. So yeah, I think maybe testing that, seeing it, but the train is nice again. 6 stamina. I like to go for 5 and under, but that's just me nitpicking. You don't have to necessarily. But overall looks pretty good. And then Loop is his PCAM. And then finally Roger McDowell, Bullpen Day Elite closer Dom. I'm curious to see how EC at 8 does, because I know a lot of people like to short EC, just because it's kind of useless outside of in the 9th. I mean, they changed it a little bit to, yeah, so it reduces each inning, so if your closer stays in. But curious how that does on the contrary to having Dom at 8. Overwhelming pressure, stamina 62. Yeah, you're never getting that. But yeah, overall looks really good. Can't really say too much. And I'm pretty sure in his backups he has Beltray. Was it Beltray? I think it was Beltray. He had Beltray pulled for Boggs to be taken out eventually, and then Lindor, yeah, like I said, would be good. I can't remember, because I can't remember which Supreme he pulled. I'm pretty sure it was Beltray. So that'll replace Boggs eventually, which will be nice. But yeah, overall, really good team. Obviously, he's top 315, so can't really dive in too much, aside from just kind of showing everything off. But overall, of course, really good team, and obviously a good friend of mine. Been featured on the channel a lot, and hopefully more to come in the future. Alright, next up we have Danny. Another friend. I just hit my mic. Nice. Anyways, so now we have Danny, Yankees team, in Paragon 2. No clue what his username says. Maybe it's Danny in Korean. I have no clue. Either way, 130.6 overall Yankees team. Pretty sure he's a consistent D3 finisher, I think. So we have pretty much a full SIG lineup minus Posada Prime and Musial Supreme. So starting off with Musial. I don't even know. Stan Musial. Contact Master 5-tool Charisma. Super good. Train's really nice. High speed, which is good for... he is in center. 10 would be... So this looks like a 100 base threshold. And then we have leading hitter in left field. So we'll see what his left fielder has and stuff like that. But overall, really good set. And obviously, it's a Supreme, so you know it already does really well. I wish I had a Supreme player on my Dodgers. My Cubs has 2 completely free. I didn't pay for them or anything, so that would be nice. So yeah, that's a +2. That's a +2. So I think maybe like trainer-wise, getting better ones that'll give you better sub options. Because it does double, so only getting 1 to 2 is like, it's alright, but it could be better. Obviously, there's not too much you can do unless you pull more, but I think maybe looking into that eventually would be good. But yeah, that's about it for him. Tino Martinez at DH, Chance, Charisma, Prediction, 333. That's lovely. Not necessarily a great Chance card because he has high power, and with Chance you want OBP, so you don't really want power. In terms of the train, I feel like having power shorted way more might be better because you don't really want high power anyways. So like having speed 1 is fine, but then having like contact 2 I3 might be better. Obviously you don't need fielding because he's at DH, so taking from field is good. But like having less power overall, I think would be better for him. And then leading hitter, positional card, that's nice. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe trying that out and having less power. Obviously, like I've said already, it's kind of hard to nitpick with these higher teams, especially when you haven't been there. You don't know what works, so it's like whichever works better. But I feel like that isn't the worst thing, like experiment with. Then we have Ruth out of game, disgusting card, like literally some of the craziest stats I've seen. 81, 90, 85 left side, like it's unreal. I think he's Contact Master. Yeah, Contact Master, Prediction, Slugger Instinct. So that's good. Yeah, so his Contact is 7 off for the Slugger Instinct threshold. So that's the one thing with Slugger now, is like having it with Contact Master is really difficult because you don't want to have Contact high with Contact Master because of the boost, but then you need it to be high enough to reach power, and then it just kind of gets uneven. But maybe redoing the trainers, like this power one, getting off of that one to have contact within 20. It really sucks to do that. Yeah, it really sucks to have to do that, but guess hitter looks like high swing and miss. Not exactly optimal. It's not one of the best ones, but it's like not necessarily the worst either. Yeah, so I mean it's fine. And then Mantle, another one out of the game. Pioneer, Prediction, Strength and the Strength. Super good. Super high I. Strength and Strength is pretty much... Like, Mickey Mantle is pretty much the card for STS. Like, Supreme, SIG, whatever. Like, it's the card. Another really good train. Nutty stats. Like, the stats are insane. 80, 86, and 79 left side is just crazy. Like, unreal. And then Table Center Masterclass. It's an okay Diamond Trainer. It's low percentages. But yeah, what was Roos? 80-80 is nuts. I mean, you could switch, but I think having the guest hitter in position is probably better than having it out of position, because then it's kind of just crap. But yeah, Giambi, Pioneer, BIU spot, good train again. Trainers, yeah, that's pretty much what you needed to get the eye back up. Lowish field, but it's first base, you don't really need it. Another guest hitter, no more crazy percentages, a lot of like dark orange, which is lucky, but at the same time not for that second one. But good card overall. I mean, 333 can't complain. Greg Nettles, Babble Hitter, Charisma, Prediction. Super high field train. I'm gonna assume this is probably to help with ground baller. I want to assume, but having I to 77 with prediction is nice. Low-ish contact train. Like the stats around power aren't crazy high, but yeah, the trainers definitely help. But he doesn't really. Yeah, he doesn't have BAU. I don't know. I feel like you could probably retrain this because that amount of speed is kind of unnecessary for his position and his skill set. Like you don't need that much speed. Obviously, it's hard to get rid of the 22 field, but it's not really too hard to get it. But yeah, I don't know. I just think the speed is a little unnecessary. Like having that switch with contact might have been a little bit nicer. So maybe retraining that, but maintaining field that high down the line might help. Bobby Richardson, Contact Master, 5-tool BIU, another 5-tool BIU combo. 12, 60, 73. So he's at 88 for the 5-tool, I'm pretty sure. 12, 77. He's not really 5-tool trained, to say the least. He's at, like, his power is too low, his speed is too low. Looks like probably another train meant for, like, ground baller. Because, yeah, that's 77, that's 83. And that's 73, 88. Yeah, so you're 2 short and 7 short for at least 90 on 5-tool. So I think retraining that would probably be useful. And then you can like boost field as much as you want after you get to 90. But like, you kind of need to at least hit 90, I feel like. Base power, it's at 66. And then like, I mean, if you take away the base stat, you would hit 90 plus on speed. So like, maybe taking one from like speed and putting it to power to get the secondary or like the primary position option bonus would be good too. I don't know. I feel like you need the 90 and then getting that would be good. Posada, Babble Hitter, Laser Beam. Yeah, Laser Beam, super good train. And then Elite Fielding. Another really high percentage, which is nice. And then Volpe, I know he needed a shortstop for a while. Batter's Insight, Charisma, 5-tool. Yeah, can't short Batter's Insight. And then, yeah, it looks like another... Yeah, I mean, I understand shorting the eye, but, like... It doesn't hit 90 again. So, like... Yeah, like, you don't need 145 speed on him. Like, you don't need 14. So I feel like just retraining to get him at least 90 would be good. And then we have some nice cards on the bench. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like retraining Richardson and Volpe for at least 95 to would be more beneficial. And then redoing the B-sat on Richardson to get 66 power. Yeah, and then for pitching, we have Cole 22, Fireballer, Dom Ace. Really good, 3-3-3. Nice nasty pitch. I'm wondering... I think you could probably do without this base stat adjust. You still hit Dom bonus without it. I don't really think you should take away from location to give the fastball. Like you don't. It's not really necessary. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see why you would need to take away from the left. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Anyways, Guidry, slow starter, Finn, Mess. That's really good. Shorting, slow starter. Yeah, actually, yeah, base stat's fine. I don't really think it's like necessary to do necessarily. Like you don't have to take. Not taking away from stamina wouldn't really do that much help because you kind of still need stamina with Mess, but you don't need like that much. But like I feel like you could do without this base stat again. Like if you really wanted, you could just take away from stamina eventually. Like because I would put at what 7 here, 1. So you'd still hit Finn. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think you could do without the base stat again. Feller, Control Master, Dom, Mess. That's pretty good there again. Another interesting base stat. Adjust 70 to stamina. Like, yeah, you could. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's like I understand it. I guess it's fine. Yeah, that one's good. And then Sutton, Workhorse, Dom, Mess. That's good. Voiding nerfs, and then yeah, Workhorse does really well on him because he's 80 without his adjust. So that's good. And then, whew, that's a nice corner master. So that's really good. And then Musina, Fireballer, Finn, Touch. Touch sucks. Get off it. Oh my god, 36. That's a really good trade again. And then Solid OP. Next we have Robertson, who I didn't realize got removed. Bulbaday, Dom, Iron Will. Yeah, Iron Will. I think getting from Stamina eventually on the base stat would be better. Obviously, it's fine to take from Location for now with Iron Will, and that's all you can really do if it's not a selective Legend base stat just where you can pick where it goes to. I think retraining would be cool to get lower stamina. But 32 to the left is still solid. I think yeah, retrain wouldn't be the worst thing to get off of some stamina. Rudy May, Bulpende, Iron Will, Dom. I'm curious why he's your setup 2 over Robertson. Clearly a better set, better Iron Will bonus or like whatever. But Bulpende is also just the better like legend skill. And then overwhelming pressure. Honestly, he could be a closer, but I'm pretty sure Chapman has a elite closer because this is a pretty lethal set. Yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Bulpende, Dom, Boss on Sutter. Solid train. Yeah, you definitely need a lot of break in terms of, yeah, 56. I think going for the 56 bonus on the stamina would be nice. Like taking from fastball, since you don't have Iron Will, and you'd still hit Dom bonus, so getting 3 from that to stamina would be beneficial to get the second position option. But otherwise, solid set. King, Control Master, Dom, Boss, another really good pairings. Zone Control, poopy, but it's fine, and then it looks good. Rigetti, Bulpende, Boss, Finn, not the worst. Solid train, and then Deception Specialist, it's okay. And then Britain is PChem, which kind of blows through 3-2 as well, so that's pretty crappy. And then Chapman, who I know is PI Elite Closer, Dom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was it Chem? I don't remember. It was, or it might have been Workhorse, and then he used the Legend Skills Select change ticket, and then got PI. And then Corner Master, that's a good one. It's a good train. The stamina is a little high, but the left side is good, 35. Overall, he looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, having Elite Closer, you can't really take him out of the closer spot, but I think if you ever get off Elite Closer on him, putting May at closer wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, that pretty much finishes up with Danny. I mean, retraining the middle infield with their 5 tool, I think would be good. Otherwise, pretty solid. It's just some different B sats, but overall really nice. All right, finally we have JCD's Angels. Danny wanted him to be featured with him, so we that's what we're doing. Yeah, so he's got an Angels team, pretty good overall. Got some retired things on the bench. David Fletcher just recently removed. Solid card, terrible power. And then Pujols, not very solid card. But yeah, so starting off the order, Mike Trout at leadoff, chance maker, spray hitter, prediction. His eye is really good for that. Having power, I was about to say why is power low, and then I realized he's prediction, dumbass. Or not, oh my god, he's chance, so kind of needs to be low. Line drive machine, that's a crazy percentage. Overall, really good card. 72 base. Second best here. I'm pretty sure he has his 18 in the backups that he's going to develop either now or eventually. And then next we have Andrelton Simmons out of the game. Batter's Insight, 5 tool, Slugger Instinct, so that's really nice. Just barely sneaks that eye in for Slugger Instinct. Guess hitter, high swing and miss. Yeah, not a huge deal. And then yeah, it's good because the eye gets up with Batter's Insight, and then, but yeah, it looks like a pretty good train. 12 is 80, so that's 95. So I'm gonna assume this is a 95 train. Brandon Jury also out of game now. Didn't realize that, but makes sense I guess because he's not on a team. Because the White Sox are weird. Best hitter in spring training, so they cut him. Babble hitter, Charisma BIU. Solid train. The eye is really bad. But it looks like a solid help for ground baller. Did Danny have ground baller? I don't even know. Now that I'm thinking about ground baller, I'm wondering because of the trains on Danny's, like why there was so much field. I don't remember if it was ground baller or not. I already forget. Short-term memory loss. And then guest hitter, lower swing and miss percentage, higher main percentages, so that's nice. Really bad positional option percentages, but can't really do much. But the train looks really good. And then that's their best. That was their best second base option besides, I guess, Fletcher. Now it's Renhefo, who is putrid. Next we have Otani, another chance maker. His backup, I'm pretty sure he was saying was batter's chemistry 332, or maybe it was 333. Leading hitter, super good percentages again, lucky. Obviously another not really great card for Chance because the base power is 87. But yeah, another good train. Good trainers. Eyes a little low, but who cares? Next we have Troy Gloss, Born to Be a Star, Spot BIU, and then super high field train because that's kind of the meta. You need some fielding. Probably helps with ground baller if he has it. Home run hitter, catcher, that's fine. And then yeah, the train looks pretty good. Eyes a little low, but not a huge deal necessarily. And then Ruth, also chance maker. His backup set is also a chance maker. Can't escape it on Ruth or on this team in general. Super good train. Not 5 tool, but a very good train if it was 5 tool. And it also still helps with chance. And he has center field. Wow. Crazy good power hitter. Where are all these DTs on my team? Like, I need these high percentage good ones for myself. And then we have Don Baylor. Hard hitter, Spot, BIU. I wonder how well this does because I feel like not having Charisma and 5 tool wouldn't really work on this card, or 5 tool on this card. I wonder how that does. 80 power. Taking from eye kind of sucks. I feel like taking from field might be a little better. Not really from speed though, because you kind of need that for corner. And then guest hitter. Not bad. I think it was hitting expert that pairs well with it. I'm not 100%. And then Yachty, laser beam 5 tool. And then I feel like you could definitely train that higher. 17 feels kind of low. I feel like you could definitely get easily into the 20s. Like, it's not very hard, to me at least. And then elite fielding for all, that's nice. First low percentage elite fielding of the night, but to all is really good. And then contact master 5 tool BIU for Wally Joyner. Really good card. And then leading hitter at catcher again. Yeah, just another really good card. I mean, I think that I feel like he could be 6 in Ruth at 9, or like I don't really. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. And then Erstad, pretty good card. I mean, his prime is juiced, but yeah, hitting looks really good, of course. And then now for the pitching side, starting off with Dylan Bunny, retired card, 73, sorry, from COVID year, slow starter, boss, Dom. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Oh my god, another high percentage. Jeez. Garrett Richards, fireballer, boss, ground baller. So there's the first ground baller of the night for him. 34 to the left, but 8 stamina. And stamina takes priority. Feel like you could probably retrain that to get stamina off priority. The fastball seems low. I hope he hits S tier. I'm going to assume he does. I feel like you wouldn't be dumb enough to let that slip, but who knows. And then overwhelming pressure with high percentages, because of course. Otani 22, best year, control master, ace, touch. At least touch has ace with it. That's like the most ideal thing you can have with it, because touch isn't that good. Overwhelming pressure, another high percentage, bro. Jeez. And then 333, of course. Seaver, another touch, Dom, and then overwhelming pressure, lower percentages, but not bad. And then Randy Johnson. Oh, right, I forgot he does 2 aces, and then in club battle he swaps them out. Solid train. I mean, the stamina's high over break and fastball. And then Corner Master, but that's just me. And then, yeah, pretty good. And then starting the penalty of Troy Percival, Fireballer, Iron Will, Dom. Ew, 82? That's really nice. Train's good too. That train is, that card is gross. I mean, wow. Probably has a bit of walk issues with Dom and Fireballer, but it's still really good. Dr. K, that should pair well. Mike Myers, Fireballer, Mess, Finn. That's a perfect combo. That's a nice train as well. And then Corner Master, low percentage, but not a huge deal. Carlos Estevez, really bad card. 7 stamina. Not a bad train, but not great either. Finn with Fireballer, and then Iron Will is good. Yeah, Iron Will doesn't really work on him, but get what you get with a 63 base card. Can't really complain, I guess. Hansel Robles, Control Master, Crossfire, Iron Will. So low set. Feel like you could adjust to fastball and it would be a little better. I feel like you could also, I mean, it's 36 to left, but 9 stamina, a little high. Couple stamina 3 trains here, but definitely retrain that if you want. Bad breaker. Yeah, I would try to get fastball over 75. Obviously, it's not a good set level wise, anyways, but I feel like you could just try to make it a little better. And then Houston Street, slow starter, Iron Will Boss. Bad card for Iron Will, but 3-3 is nice. Sucks that it's slow starter. Joe Smith, PChem, 3-3. I feel like you could legend skill select change this, and it wouldn't be a bad idea since it is a 3-3. I mean, you already have Boss if you really wanted. And finally, Iglesias, Bullpen Day, Boss, Dom, solid train, and then Corner Master. This is one of their better relievers, so that's nice. But overall, looks really good. Can't really complain about it too much, you know. I mean, you got Otani with Ace, you know, like a lot of really good cards. Yeah. Overall, though, like, I mean, Simmons out of the game, a couple more out of the game cards here. You know, like it's all pretty nice. Overall, one of the better Angels teams. I don't remember where he finishes, and even his ult's really good. But yeah, I guess that's it. It's kind of tough to go over these higher ranking teams and dive super deep into them since they're fairly built and not really much feedback you can give. But that wraps up showcase number 5. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, subscribe, and share to help expand my viewership, reach new viewers, and help grow the channel. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.